Welcome back to my channel, you guys. If this is your first time here, my name is Adri and I am currently 31 weeks pregnant with my second boy. Thinking back on it, putting together my first registry was actually very overwhelming, and that was 2 years ago. Now there's even more stuff on the market. I can imagine how overwhelming it is for anyone making their registry for the first time. Today I'm sharing everything on my baby registry. Let's start with the items that made it through round 1 and are absolutely coming back for round 2. First things first, it's too big to show you guys on camera, but the infant car seat we used, 10 out of 10. Oh my god, I recommend this to all of my friends. Anyone that I know is having a baby, I'm like, you need this car seat. I think, sorry if you guys hear background noise, that's my son playing. This is the first time also that I'm making a video with him home, and I'm like, I don't know, this is a little overwhelming for you guys as viewers, but as a mom, I feel like I can just tone out any noise that he's making and focus on this. I don't know if that's like a mom thing. I hope it doesn't bother you guys too much. The Nuna Pipa Urbn baseless car seat. Basically, this car seat has these two little hooks that come out at the base of the car seat, and you can plug it in to your car seat, like your actual car's chair. It was so easy to just buy one car seat, and every time we would switch it from one car to the other, it was literally just plugging it in, plugging it out. And to mention how easy it was to put it on the stroller. So I believe the stroller was the Travel Next. I know Nuna has like a bunch of them, so before I post this video, I will make sure I have the correct one on the screen so you guys can see it. But it was so easy to just remove it from my car, put it into the stroller, and keep going. I mentioned this stroller because even though we are gonna talk about a double stroller in another part of this video, I'm probably still gonna use the Travel Next with our second son, because there's a lot of times where we go places and Nathan doesn't need a stroller anymore. But there are places that we do go that he does need a stroller. We're thinking of keeping the single stroller in the car most of the time. Obviously have a double stroller for times that we need a double stroller, which I can't wait to talk about the one that I'm putting. It also works with the car seat. The next item that I want to talk about is the Maxi Cosi swing. We used this thing. We definitely overused it because his legs were practically hanging out of the swing, but he loved to fall asleep there. Next, I have 2 loungers to talk about. You do not need 2 loungers, but hear me out. We have 2 loungers because one was on our baby registry, and then I had gone to Babybjörn. They had another lounger for a super clearance price, and I was like, oh, I can't just like not get it. But it worked out for us because we kind of used them for 2 different reasons. I will say one we used more than the other. The first one I want to talk about is the Snuggle Me lounger. This was the one that I had on my registry because I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a little bit cheaper than the other one. We did keep this in the car. It was just like a little bit easier to travel with this one because it was so much more flexible. So if we went somewhere where I knew they might not have like a space for the baby to kind of just lay in, sometimes I would take this out and I was able to lay him on this. We would also use this one in our bed if we were like laying down watching a movie and we wanted, you know, the baby to like hang out with us, but we didn't just want him laying on the bed because, you know, they're so little at that time. The next one is the DockAtot. This one is very firm compared to the Snuggle Me, which is why we wouldn't travel with this one often. This was the one that was like a staple in our living room. Let me take it out for you guys to see it. This one isn't as like squishy or flexible as the other one, but we did really enjoy this one. We would leave this one on our couch. We had one of those like oversized playpens. This worked very well. In the playpen, we obviously had a play mat. We would put this and then the baby would lay there. Sometimes I would put the play gym over it. I feel like we used this one a lot more just because this was the one that we had in our living room. Next in the lounger department is the Babybjörn. I know this is an expensive product, but we have really used this, I think, the most out of everything. Especially as the baby got older, this is what we would take to places. We went to the park for birthday parties. This was with us. In the beginning, they do lay a lot because obviously until like 4 or 5 months, they don't really sit up. This kind of just lays them in a very good angle. We would just tap it with our foot a little bit and it would bounce very nicely. I've used other bouncers. You would go to my mom's house, my grandma's house. They ended up buying some baby gear at Target or at Walmart, and the quality is not terrible, but it's non-comparable to the Babybjörn. This would definitely be one of the products that I splurge on. I also really enjoyed this material. It's kind of like a jersey material. In Florida, it can get really, really hot, and I feel like this was just a very breathable material for him. This product's a little bit big. I wasn't sure if to show you guys or just insert some footage, but this is a activity center when your child is able to sit up with support. So they're not sitting up by themselves. I really like how the chair is like soft. It's not a hard chair, so they kind of like fit with their own posture. Let's say I was cleaning the room or I was just getting ready in the morning, I would put that on top of my bed and I was able to get ready and not worry about him just like laying there staring at the ceiling. He was able to play with the little toys that are on it. He was able to look around the room, see what I was doing. I really enjoyed having that. I think that it is a must, especially when they start wanting to sit up. We used it in our living room, we used it on our countertop. It's a very nice alternative to have them sitting up, because really the only place they sit up is like the high chair. And I feel like we definitely used that before using the high chair, because the high chair, since it's like plastic all around, I felt like it was a little more harsh on his tailbone. Next we have our baby monitor, and I will definitely be using this with our second baby. I even bought this on Amazon. It's like a universal stand for it, so you can kind of twirl it around the crib. Love the fact that it had a monitor. I'm very big on having a monitor and not needing to use my phone. Most of the baby monitors that you use your phone with, you have to connect to Wi-Fi. There's been like horror stories of people hacking into the baby monitor and like seeing your baby when you're changing them or talking to your baby through the camera. Like, I just didn't want to risk any of that. And on top of that, I like using my phone, and I don't want to have the baby monitor screen like on my phone, and then I can't use my phone around the house because I'm looking at the baby monitor. That, and I always have low battery on my phone. Did I even say the name of this? This is the Eufy Spaceview Pro, if I'm not mistaken, our sound machine. Now, I used two. Mom Cosi had reached out to me and they sent me their new Dream Sync. I fell in love with this. Don't get me wrong, I loved having the hatch with him, but I'm so excited to be using this with our newborn because I would always put instrumental music on my phone, and I would just put my phone on top of the dresser. Now I don't have to do that. Once I'm done, you know, playing the music and he's asleep, I can just continue with whatever sounds they have on this, which is a ton of options. Similar to the hatch, you can also set up different schedules on your phone because it has an app. If you want a certain sound or certain light to be the morning routine, you can totally set that up with this as well. Moving forward to a feeding product. This is the Boppy pillow. I had a ton of these fabric covers for it. I will be using the same Boppy pillow, but I did add some other covers to my registry. These just get so dirty. I don't know if you guys know, if breast milk does get on the covers or anything like that, it will not come off. I really liked how it wrapped around you and you were able to still fit in your rocking chair or whatever chair you were on. Sometimes I used it on the couch, sometimes I used it on the bed, but most of the time I used it on our rocking chair. It was just like such a snug fit to be like in the rocking chair with the Boppy pillow. I guess next we can move into like health. This is our sterilizer from Baby Brezza. I know that they have like one right now that washes your bottles for you and all that, but if I'm being completely honest, we used the sterilizer maybe for the first month because in the beginning you get so nervous. Honestly, after a while we didn't even use it. I hated waiting the 30 minutes to use the bottle or use my breast pump parts. Like sometimes I just needed it, like I needed to wash it and I needed it now. I guess that's what really got me into the routine of just like not using it. Most of the time I would just wash it with very hot water, whatever I was washing, but it is very recommended for the safety of your baby. I'm definitely not gonna spend money on buying another one, even buying the one that washes your bottles, because at the end of the day it's not a necessity. It's definitely like something people would like to have, they want to have. Go for it. I'm not judging you. I'm the last person to be judging you. If the sterilizer barely worked for us because we really didn't use it as much, we were not big on having like multiple bottles. And I wash with really hot water, so I guess it's getting sterilized. So if you're looking to get one and you don't want to buy a super expensive one, but you do want, you know, to have a sterilizer, the plain basic sterilizer from the Baby Brezza was great. It takes like 30 minutes for it to sterilize and dry. It had a lot of space. I was able to put all our bottles in there, the pacifiers, things like that. So that's the only reason I'm talking about it, because I do plan to use it again in the beginning of the newborn stage, but knowing me and knowing how our family routines are, I probably won't be using it very long. Next is a product that I didn't put on my baby registry, but we did end up having to buy, and that is a humidifier. We got the one from Fridababy. It's super easy to use. I really enjoyed using that, especially for those days where, you know, the baby was a little bit stuffy. You can give them medication. You can give them the Frida drops. Like now there's these little drops that we have that are like vapor drops, and we put it in the humidifier, but our son is already 2 years old, so that's fine. I wouldn't recommend doing that with your newborn or even in the first year. This just did a good job at kind of like making the air in his nursery breathable when he had those moments where he was a little bit stuffy. I would fill it up once, it would last all night, didn't have any issues with it. Definitely recommend putting one on your baby registry, even though you don't think you're gonna use it, because honestly when I first built my registry I was like, no, we don't need that. Like if he ever gets sick, we'll just go and buy one. Well, it would have been nice to have one, because we definitely did have to go buy one. Just some food for thought. The last thing I want to talk about that we are reusing with our second baby is my breast pump. So this is the Spectra, the pink one. This is the one that you have to be connected to the wall. It didn't bother me to have to be plugged into the wall. I got this with my insurance the first time around and it works great. So with my insurance this time around, I'm probably gonna get one of the wearable ones. Even though you get one of the wearable ones, they do say that you still need to have a hospital grade pump as your primary pump. My journey breastfeeding the first time around was not ideal. I only did it for about a month and my son wouldn't latch. So I did find myself exclusively pumping, and I was using this. I don't think it was the machine's fault. I might have been using flanges that were too big for my size, and that's why the milk wasn't being like extracted as naturally as it would. This time around, I am gonna get something which I will talk about now as we transition to the new items that are on my baby registry. Even though it feels like we just had a baby, there's so many new products out there. I don't think you need to go every single pregnancy with the same products that you use with your first or your second or your third. Like, there's always so many innovative changes in baby products that you can just try out, and you should still feel excited. These collection cups are from the brand Legendary Milk, and they are actually compatible with the Spectra, and I am going to try those out because they come in so many different sizes. Not only are they wearable, which by wearable I mean they're not portable, but they are wearable. So you would connect this to the wearable breast pumps. I did not like that the Spectra, you have to hold your cups. Yes, you can get a bra that works with it, but maybe because mine were a little bit bigger than what they were supposed to be, they wouldn't grasp on very good. They're always falling. I had to sit like in a certain position. I'm very excited to try these out. I've seen really good reviews on them. I'm hoping they turn out effective because, again, they have so many different flange sizes, and they even have like a little ruler that you can print and you can measure your exact size. Now that we're getting into the new items that I've added to the registry, just keep in mind that some of these items are just replacements for some of the other products that we used to have that just didn't hold up or were kind of like a one-time use thing. Like bottles, we did not keep any. We said, oh, obviously we have a new baby, we're gonna get new bottles. I did add some Mom Cosi storage bags. I've never used this brand before. I think with my first one we used the Lacino. I don't remember what it was called. It was like a different brand with the L. But this time around, I went ahead and put the Mom Cosi ones. Supposedly they're temperature sensing. Not sure, but let's see. I also put glass bottle set from Bliss, and it comes with 4 or 5 different bottles. You get to try them out and then see, you know, which one your baby likes, and you can purchase those. I do plan to breastfeed, but it's always nice to have bottles because if you do need to pump and pour, then you need bottles. We added some toddler plates, toddler bowls. Again, I'm gonna go kind of quickly through these things because they're kind of just necessities that you're gonna need. When I was making my registry this time around, I was kind of like, what do I put on this? We have so many things that we used with our first that are still holding up. You know, it wasn't that long ago. Thinking of the extra things that we might need for the future, because obviously we're kind of covered in the beginning. Again, we feel like we have a lot of stuff. I just didn't want to put pointless things. I did add 2 bibs. One I did add because we still have my son's green one, so I was like, okay, let's add the blue one, it'd be cute, they get to match. And then I saw the other one with the teddy bears, which you're gonna see. I think that with baby number 2, I'm really going towards the teddy bear theme. I think it's so cute. I added the Fridababy push pop feeder. That's actually not something that we used with our first. We used like a different brand. I am trying out the Dr. Brown electric baby bottle brush. With our first, we didn't use the electric one, but I will not use a bottle brush if it's not silicone. Those that have like the bristles make so much of a mess. I was cleaning my kitchen countertops. Every time I had to wash dishes because you would just finish and you're like full of soap. The whole sink is full of soap. Next, we're gonna be trying out the Dr. Brown's bottle drying tower. I used with our first the grass looking one that you would put on top of your counter, and it just got like a little gross. Next, I put the Dapple bottle and dish soap, something that you're just always gonna use. Now we're moving on to the sleep category. I did put a sleep sack from the brand TIk Baby. Again, it just has the teddy bear theme that we're into. I do still have 2 sleep sacks from the Dreamland, which was the weighted sleep sacks. Those were great. I should have mentioned those, but I don't recommend using them so early on because they are weighted. Next is a cocoon swaddle. So this I saw on Instagram and I was like, wow, that looks easy to use. I feel like if it's one of the items that we don't get from our baby registry, I think I will still buy it. This time around, we got a mini crib. I got the mini crib from Delta Children, which is like a brand that they sell in Walmart. I love that it was smaller. I love that it was black. It has wheels. Some of you might have even noticed you haven't talked about a bassinet. With my son, we did have a bassinet, but since we're using the mini crib, it's basically like a bassinet if we keep it in our room. I love the idea of having a mini crib because he might even be able to stay in our room a little bit longer than 4 months because you can still bring the crib mattress down. The boys are going to be sharing a room eventually. With Nathan, we are keeping his crib mattress, and my brother is making us a bed frame that fits the crib mattress so that he can have his floor bed. The reason why I didn't buy it is because all the floor beds that I see are twin size mattresses, and again, that room, I'm not trying to crowd it with just their bed. Next was the mini crib mattress that we chose. Now, it was so hard finding a mini crib mattress because I loved the mattress that we had with our son, but they only have it in the standard mattress size. He had one from Graco, but it was great. And not only did I put a cover on it, but the cover that it has is so good. We cleaned it the other day and we looked and we were like, let's take off the cover that it came with just to see what it looks like. And even the covers that we bought, the waterproof one, it still seeped through to the cover that came with the mattress. But when we took that cover off, the mattress was in perfect condition. Definitely still use a cover if you have a mattress with a cover. Going back to the mattress, I ended up choosing the Serta Sleep Truth. Number one, it wasn't extremely expensive. It had really good reviews. It's double-sided, so there's like a softer side, a more firmer side. Another thing is the 4-inch thickness. The one that we used with our son was 4 inches and he slept like a baby, like a good baby. So I really wanted something with the same thickness. Next is the waterproof fitted mini crib mattress pad cover. This is the cover that I was talking to you about. This is not the crib sheet. This is just what you put in between the crib sheet and the mattress. Next is the mini crib sheet in teddy bear. I'm telling you, I have a little theme going around this time. I really like the teddy bear theme. I think it's so cute. It's also from the brand TIk Baby, so it does match the sleep sack. For the next category, we have baby gear. This time around, I'm caving in to the rolling cart. I did not cave into it the first time. With our son, we had the bassinet right next to our bed. Hey you. But we had a little diaper caddy on our nightstand. But this time around, where we're putting the mini crib is a little bit farther from our nightstand, so it would just be beneficial to have the cart right next to it with a few things that we need for his night changes. We also have the rocking chair in our room. So I took it out of the nursery and we're putting it in our room. I just thought it would make more sense, especially if he falls asleep on the rocker. Like, why am I gonna walk down the hall to put him in the crib? So it's like a multifunctional rolling cart for us. I added a diaper caddy organizer to put on top of the cart. cart, so that will hold all his things. And I'm thinking that the second level of the cart will have all my breast pump things. The next thing I did add is a car camera. We had one with our son, but I will say that product did not hold up. That one actually ruined my dashboard because it gets really hot here in Florida. The adhesive kind of like melted and it was like dripping down my dashboard. I did not want to put one like that this time, especially because we got a new car. The one I chose, not only does the camera go on the driver's seat, well, I say driver's seat because we're gonna put the baby on that side because my son is already behind the passenger seat, and you attach it to the metal stick. Next, a portable baby chair with the tray. Love this. It's like a foldable beach chair for a baby. We used it a lot, especially here in Florida. We had it in our car. If we went somewhere, we sat him on there. He was able to eat his food there. It was just great. I did add another baby bag. To this day, we are still using the Eyeline Co. A diaper backpack is great, but sometimes the form of it is very stiff. So I wanted to try out a bag like this that I can hold on to, kind of like a big purse. I want to try a different concept because now I'm not only caring for a newborn, but I'm caring for my toddler and a newborn. I wanted a bag that is a little bit bigger, but not as like tocco. It's not hard, and I really liked how it comes with the stroller straps that I can put on the stroller. Keep in mind that some of the products that I'm adding this time around to my registry is not necessarily just for one baby, but it's to make it easier to balance 2 under 2. Next is the Nuna Travel double stroller. I ended up deciding on a side-by-side stroller instead of the one that is front and back. I just feel like the ones that are front and back are very elongated. I really like how the double stroller just folds in one. It folds with the seats. I have a 3-row car, so when the 3rd row is up, my trunk is not like long, but it's still wide, and the way it folds is a more wider fit, so I think it would fit perfectly in the trunk. Again, these things is whatever works for you and your family and your situations. I really think that a double stroller side by side is going to work with us, especially because we're not going to be using it all the time. Next, I put car seat protectors. This is to put in the seats in my car where the car seat will go over. One thing I noticed when I traded in my car was the dents from the car seat, like having it there non-stop. So I'm hoping that a car seat protector will help. Next, I put the Monarch carrier from the brand Mabe, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I just wanted to try something new. I've heard really good reviews on this. With my first, I used the Urbn Baby heirloom. Loved it, have it there, will probably use it as well. I put the Solly Baby wrap. This is the carrier that I'm hoping to use in the beginning before I can use the carrier. Especially having 2 under 2, I feel like I'm gonna do a lot more baby wearing this time around than I did with my first. Health and safety, I added a brush and comb set. I also put some baby laundry detergent. This is from the brand Noodle and Boo. I've heard really good things about this, so I thought, why not try it out by putting it in our registry. If we get it, we get it. If not, we can continue using the one we have with our son. For bathing, I did add 2 hooded towels. One is super expensive. It's definitely such a splurge. I don't know if I would pay $38 for a baby towel, but it was super cute. It's Baby Yoda. I put it on the baby registry. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, it's not a necessity. And then I did add another one from Little Planet. I felt like with our son, we really enjoyed using the thicker towels. Sometimes those baby ones just don't dry. I felt like we would take him out of the bathroom and he was still cold because he was kind of wet. This time around, I am putting thicker towels, and if we get them, we get them. If not, then I would probably still buy them because it is important to have those type of towels. With our son, we used the Baby Frida, the Grow With Me bathtub. We loved it. But with baby number 2, we're thinking it's time for a change. Let's use something else because I obviously don't want to use the same bathtub that we've been using for 2 years. I figured we just go with all the other items from the same collection just to kind of keep everything the same. I put a newborn gift set from Noodle and Boo. This has a lotion and a baby wash. Tried almost all of them at Target because every time I go, I just get a new one. It's just nice to kind of change it up. We've tried the Tubby Tub. That's the one we're currently using right now. I really love it. I think the scent is really good and a little bit goes a long way. I've heard people complain like, oh, you get such a small bottle for the price, but it's like that little bottle has lasted us, I'm pretty sure it's already been like 2 months that we've been using it. And obviously we're using it with one baby, but still. You literally just need one pump and I can do his whole body and then I do another pump and I do his head. We put the Fridababy skin soother, which is the little blue sponge. We really like that to like wash the baby's cradle cap off. It was great. We never needed to use the actual cradle cap one that Frida has. With that one, it was enough. In the beginning, we won't be using the bathtub. We really enjoy using the soft sink baby bath. Now we're into like the nursery and decor. Again, this is just like some extra stuff. I'm thinking of doing the room a monster truck theme. That's like my toddler's favorite thing in the world right now. I saw these decals on Etsy. I added them. Little Tykes has a tire toy chest, which is sold out everywhere. I didn't even notice. Keeping it there in case it happens to come back on stock, but I even looked on OfferUp to see if we can find it, and no, it's like gone. We put an area rug, something that's easy, machine washable. We put a growth height chart. I thought this was cute. I was like, where was this when we had our first? If you ever move houses, you can just take it with you. I put a magnetic wall decal. This is just like something that you put on the wall and they can play with their magnets, things like that. I put some wooden wall art. Baby hangers. You need baby hangers, and I'm telling you, you need more than like 10 packs if you're gonna use these from Target, which I really recommend. I know some people like using the velvet ones because the clothes doesn't slip off, but if you're like me, I'm a type B mom. Sometimes I am holding a million things and I need that shirt to slip off the hanger. If this is a first time registry, I feel like you need to put at least 10 packs. Believe it or not, baby clothes starts adding up. I'm trying to wrap this up so this video is not super long. I hope you guys are still hanging in there with me. Next is the playing category. I put the large baby playpen. Like I said, I had one with my son. It didn't hold up, but it was great to have one because of our dog. I like to have them separated, especially in that like first year. I put this soft tummy time book, which I'm thinking for the baby shower, I'm gonna have my guests make a contrast card. I think that would be super cute, super unique, just something that we can use at home that would be big special to the baby. I put these milestone felt pennants. Hopefully I finish it because with my son I didn't finish. Telling you, I'm type B mom over here. I'm just trying to survive. Next we have some general wet bags. Again, the teddy bear theme, but we did use wet bags a lot. And then as you can see here, I put 2 Boppy covers. The last 3 items is just something I put for me. If I don't get it in the registry, I think I'll still get it because I want to try it out. But these are these hydration electrolytes for breastfeeding moms. It's from the brand Legendary Milk, which is the same brand as the wearable cups. And then I put these 2 bras. They're not like breastfeeding bras in any way, but they are seamless and they do look like they will be comfortable to put the wearable pumps inside. That was everything. If you're still with me on this video, you're a trooper. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. I'll try to link everything I can in the description box so you can find the exact products that I talked about today. And if you're a first-time mom, congratulations. This is going to be the best phase in your life.